John, but yes, you there. Thank you for coming, Danny.
Sure. I was going to say Tim and Mary on it.
Thank you so much for doing this. Can't believe technology that you know what us old people don't. I think there'll be a little treat for you afterwards. Okay, thank you so much. Yep, you get to sit there. I don't think so. Okay. The crowd is supposed to be. Bob, how you turn this on? Push that button. That one? That one? No?
That one?
What?
Okay, good afternoon. We're ready to start this program, and it's all about the sign over here. If anybody missed that. That's what we're here for. We're here to thank this group right here. So anyway, to start us off, Todd's going to sing the national anthem. Would you please stand? And veterans, feel free to salute.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now, please remain standing as Pastor Lessman will give the invocation.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, creator of the universe, you did not form Adam from the dust of the world so that his children would spill their brother's blood in that dust. With Adam's sin came death, destruction, and war. Yet you did not turn from your fallen creation, but embraced it in the flesh of your Son, Jesus, winning our peace with you through his death and resurrection. Still, humanity rebels, and much evil still flourishes with wars and rumors of war. Young men and women throughout history, and still today, protect our nation in the profession of arms, serving in places of danger, to shield us from the manifested evil of terrorism, weapons of mass destruction, and other wicked instruments of Satan's hatred. We pray, dear Lord of peace, that you would bless those who wore the uniform of our country and served with courage, honor, and commitment. Comfort and strengthen all those who still wear that uniform. All our sailors, Marines, soldiers, airmen, and Coast Guardsmen. Be with their loved ones who must wait at home while they go to far and distant lands, answering the call of duty. Guide the leaders of our country and of this world, that they may seek to walk in peace, so that the skills of warriors may not be used except as a threat to deter those who would seek to do harm. All this we ask in the name of the Prince of Peace, the only Savior of the world, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Go ahead, be seated. Thank you, Pastor. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming today. Like I said before, the reason we're here is on the sign behind me. And also, personally, I want to thank each and every one of you for serving the country. 63 veterans from the White Lake area answered the call to serve their country. These veterans performed various duties. We had helicopter pilots, fixed-wing pilots. We had infantry, 11 Bravo 11 Charlie. We had artillery, medics, aviation electricians, aviation fuel system mechanics, ground radio repairmen, baker, clerk typist, postal clerk, truck mechanic, flight operations specialist, small truck drivers, military policemen, photo interpreters, tank drivers, PT specialists, helicopter mechanics, sonar technicians, aircraft refueling system, air traffic controller, radio operator, and truck drivers. And with that, I'm going to read the list of the living veterans. Joe Anderson, Ron Boycher, Larry Bradridge, Robert Breeding, Danny Cudmore, Joe Dodds, Verl Everson, Harold Falk, Michael M. Gilberts, Mark Gillen, Orville Hingen Jr., Tim Merline, Gordon Hedinger, Jeff Hoffman, Jim Hoffman, John Jensen, Les Jensen, Charles Johnson, John Kiefer, Richard Kiefer, John Kirsch, John Liebrecht, Dennis Martin, Richard Markhart, Leonard Mathers, Dan Mattad, Richard McQueen, David Monin, Edward Monin, Greg Molen, Norbert Molen Jr., Paul Molen, Johnny Niles, Guy Odo, Eldon Peters, Bob Schillinger, Kenny Schumann, Jim Schumann, John Schumann, Larry Schumann, Bill Schumann, Terry Steffen, Jim Theory, Darrell Wade, and Jack Wilson. Now these are the names of our deceased Vietnam veterans. Jerry Axemaker, Wayne Ehlers, Donnie Fredrickson, Rick Giesman, Jay Hoffman, David Hingen, David Johnson, Rich Crumbaby, Robert Letcher, Gerald Monin, Gary Peters, Brent Range, Kenny Reinage, Richard Spencer, Francis Dyson, Tommy Whitaker, and Curtis Williams. And now we'll have a moment of silence followed by taps. Thank you, Randa. And now, on the program, Molly Dowling is going to sing a song. I'm pretty sure you all recognize it.
Said goodbye to his mama as he left South Dakota to fight for the red, white, and blue. He was 19 and green with a new M16, just doing what he had to do. He was dropped in a jungle where the choppers would rumble with the smell of napalm in the air. And the sergeant said, look up ahead. Like a dark evil cloud, 1,200 came down on him and 29 more. They fought for their lives, but most of them died in the 173rd Airborne. On the 8th of November, the angels were crying as they carried his brothers away. Standing that day, saw an eagle fly through a clear blue sky. 1965, the 8th of November. Now he's 74 and his black hair's no more, but the battle still plays in his head. When he walks, but he's strong when he talks. Got the sharp nail they left in his leg. He puts on a suit over his airborne tattoo. He ties it on one time a year. He remembers the falling as he orders a tall one and swallows it down with his tears. On the 8th of November, the angels were crying as they carried his brothers away. With the fire raining down and the hell all around, the 8th of November. Said goodbye to his mama as he left South Dakota to fight for the red, white, and blue. He was 19 and green with a new M16, just doing what he had to do.
Thank you, Molly. And now I kind of jumped ahead a little bit in the program, but I got a CD that I'd like to play for you right now. I got a little information about it here somewhere if I find it. I'll find it, Dick. Just let me give me some time. No? A member of Dick McQueen's company in Vietnam, he had a guy by the name of Jim Holt. Anyway, Jim served with Dick in Vietnam. He started this song writing it while he was there, and he finished it when he got back home. So right now, I'd like you to just sit back and listen to the song.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you join me in a moment of silence for our fallen brothers? Lord, I'm 10,000 miles away from home. Lord, I'm 2. Lord, I'm 4. Lord, I'm 6. Lord, I'm 8. Lord, I'm 10,000 miles away from home. In Vietnam, Lord, bring me back from Vietnam. Bring me back 10,000 miles to my home. DOWMIA, bring my brothers home to stay. Bring my brothers home today from Vietnam. They've been there for many years, while their families lived with fear. Through the times and hopes and tears of Vietnam. From Vietnam, bring my brothers home from Nam. Bring them home 10,000 miles to their home. Together now,
That might be it. No, we're having a little difficulty there. Okay, anyway, we'll go on with the program. You want to do it? Yeah. Yeah, once. It worked in the car. Yeah. But anyway, thank you, Dick, for sharing that with us. And I'd also like to say, I think every year your unit has a reunion.
Yeah.
Yep, and this guy would sing this song every year at their reunion when they got together until he passed away.
Or banquet.
Yep, at the banquet.
He passed away now.
Yep. But thank you for sharing that with us, Dick. Okay, our speaker today is this fella sitting over here. About 10, 12 years ago we crossed paths. Rich. I was looking for a Memorial Day speaker, and I called the crop duster out of Letcher. I believe his name is John O'Connell. And he said, no, I said, my schedule won't allow me. He says, but I got a friend in Scotland. He said, I think he'll do it. So I gave Rich a call, and he said, sure, I'll come out. And so it was, when I was planning this program, I thought, who could I get for a speaker? First I thought maybe we could get a state senator or a state representative out of Mitchell. But I know what they do. They stand up here and say, thank you, you did a great job. And look at what we've done without you. And I thought, no, I want something better. And I thought, you know the old saying, you can walk the walk and talk the talk? Well, this guy done both. He served in Vietnam. And so I gave him a call, and I told Rich what I was planning and what I wanted to do, and he says, just a minute. I want to get a piece, pen and a paper, and he said, I'll write this down. Didn't ask any questions. That's the kind of guy Rich is. I've only met him a few times, but I know I could ask him to do anything for me, and I know he'd do it. So even though we've only probably been together in our lives 3-4 hours, I consider him a good friend. So anyway, would you please give a round for Rich Hall?
All right. John, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm getting a little water. Mom, thank you. I'm kind of stunned at the whole thing. I've been here before. I've enjoyed it. And I'm happy to be back. Frankly, I'm honored deeply.
Sorry.
Thank you, sir. Where's Bob? You want to put that first slide up, Bob? I'm not going to dwell on Vietnam so much. I wanted to show you a couple things about what we did and how it came to be that I lived through the damn thing. It's a long story. But I want to go past Vietnam and get on into the future a little bit. And that's where we're at today. We can all look back. Each of us brought something to that deal and brought something home from it. Such things are very important. Bob? Yeah, take the next one. That's Sweet Marlene, that was my airplane, tail number 514. You can see, I'm 6'2". Well, I'm shriveled a little now. But other than that, if Chuck Yeager can have his wife's name on his airplane, I can have my wife's name on mine. So that you can see how big that thing is. That engine produced around 3,000 horsepower. And we could carry about 12,000 pounds of deliverable stuff. We did a lot of damage. Bob? This was our primary mission over there. Now, I'm at the extreme left of that picture. The guy right in the middle is John Carlson. And the guy on the right side is a fellow by the name of Forrest Fenn, a major at that time. He got shot down. He was in a cup in the Karst Mountains. He would have never made it home, except we found him and brought him home. He calls every Christmas without fail. And we always have a few minutes to talk. Next one. This airplane was flown by First Lieutenant Ron Ross. And if you look at the right side of the airplane, the flap is gone. And I've got a close-up of that later. You can see where the 37mm shell exploded right at the point where the wing joins the fuselage. Literally blew the airplane apart. Although the spars did not fail and the hydraulic system still worked. You didn't have to lower the gear the hard way. Let's have the next one. That's a close-up of the right side. You can see where the shell blew up, kind of in the aft edge of the wing itself. Next one, Bob. Okay, this is the left wing. Now we're on the other side of the airplane. This kid took 2 direct hits at 37 millimeter, and both rounds exploded. You can see at the top of the slide where the bullet penetrated the wing, and it detonated at the spar. It blew the wing apart, but he made it home. Next one. This is the top of the wing. That plank that's missing is 24 inches wide and 8 feet long. The guy who was standing there by the airplane was Captain Flynn, John Flynn. About 2 weeks after this picture was taken, he was killed. Next one, Bob. You got next one? We had a Marine general came and visited our outfit. And he was such a nice guy. I was trying to figure out something to do for him that would be of meaning. So, you know, the Air Force came up with their idea as to how to stop trucks on the trail. But Marines are a lot smarter than Air Force. This is the way they stop trucks on the trail. Would have been a lot cheaper. I think that's the last one, Bob. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Bob. I'm going to go forward a little now from Vietnam. And I want to talk more about where we are now and what we're doing. And I want to challenge each of you today, each of you, to consider the things that we're going to talk about and perhaps apply them to your own lives. We are free to be here today because of the efforts of all these gentlemen and more. The domino theory stands. Had we lost, it would not have been a good thing. And as it turns out, in the final analysis, we won. They're a capitalist country. They threw the communists out. Bingo. I want to talk a little bit about communicating health, family, patriotism, and religion. It says here, I have all the money I'll ever need if I die before happy hour tonight. Bingo. My kind of man. According to the collegiate definition of the term communication, communication has occurred when understanding has been achieved. I will demonstrate. Did I communicate with him? Did he understand me? Absolutely. What's another form of communication that we throw around quite a bit? Chris, where are you? You and I would call that a hug. Did we communicate? Absolutely. Does Chris understand what I'm trying to say? I hope so. I hope so. Communication is critical to our lives. Doesn't make it any difference if it's verbal or non-verbal. Thanks, Dick. I didn't mean to pick on you, really. What else is important in life? Health is important. You know, we're tremendously fortunate here. And we've got aerial service to Sioux Falls. We had a guy from Scotland that got ferried out on a helicopter the other day. He had a stroke. He was back in town the next day announcing a baseball game. That's kind of pretty good stuff. Your health is extremely important to you. Health within the family and everybody else. And everybody can think of folks that have health problems that it's really tough. Some are tougher than others. Family. Don't need to say much on this. Kids and grandkids. Family's important. Each of you has your own thoughts on this subject. And you can put your own priorities into this list of 5. I don't care if you want to put family first or communication last or whatever. But in your own list, make sure such things are in there as are important to you. Patriotism. I think General MacArthur said it best: duty, honor, country. I can't think of a finer example of a patriotic speech off the top of my head. We had a little patriotic demonstration right here. And that was kind of neat. One thing. Last, religion. Pastor, thank you for being here. I'm admittedly an agnostic. Show me and I'll believe. But religion is very seriously part of everyone's life. As proof of that, I offer you, we have a pastor with us today. Father Bob, a fellow captain. Chaplain. We started out with the religious part of the ceremony. Honor God. And that's very important. So those 5 things have made my list: communication, health, family, patriotism, and religion. Your list is going to be a little different than mine. There are things that are going to be more important to you and less so to something that I would consider to be important. I want to thank you, each of you, for being here today, and leave you with this thought. Who's the important person in this room right now? Who's the most important person? Each of you. You each decided to come here today and add your presence to this ceremony. Each of you brought something to this gathering. Thank you. Thank you, America.
Thank you, Rich. Now comes the part of the program I got a few comments to make. Wow, would you do me a favor, turn these lights on? I should have made the font bigger. I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Technology passed me by. That's better, thank you. Okay, a few things. First off, I'm not sure, and I can't prove it, but I think Les Jensen may have been the first person from White Lake to be in Vietnam, maybe the first person from the county. Les was in there in, I believe, 62 or 3, Les? Okay.
63 in Vietnam.
Okay, stand up, Les. Some of these I might get emotional. If I do, I apologize right now, but I'll try not to. Ron Boycher, as we know him in White Lake, is Ernie. He was in Vietnam 67 and 68. Ernie was there and took part in the Tet Offensive. Ernie also volunteered to go on a two-man team into Cambodia where we weren't supposed to be. It was on a recon mission to gather information on the Viet Cong. They left behind all ID, dog tags. Ernie said the only thing we had was the clothes on our back and an M16. The last thing they were told, they went out and said, if you get captured, you're on your own. You'll go down as MIA. While serving in Vietnam, Ernie was awarded the Purple Heart 3 times. Ernie, please stand. Thank you, Ernie. Ernie also told me one of the times he got wounded and they was hauling him out on a chopper. He said that about a half a mile from where they got picked up, the chopper got shot down. Ernie said it was a little bit harder on his back. Richard Kiefer was stationed in Okinawa, but he did temporary duty in Thailand. He'd only been there for 4 days, and he was asked to fly over the Ho Chi Minh Trail and drop flares out so the B-52s knew where to drop their bombs. When he got ready to get on the airplane, he was handed a loaded .45 and a parachute, and the guy asked him, do you know how to use these? Rich says 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Anyway, the guy he just met, there's 2 planes. He got on one, the other guy got on the other one, and they took off and they was dropping flares. And Rich saw these flashes going by the window, and the guy told him, he said, don't worry about them, they're tracers. He says, it's what's in between them tracers you gotta worry about. Anyways, it was going along, it wasn't very long, and Rich happened to look out the window or something, and the other plane got blew up. The guy he knew for 4 days was killed. Rich, would you stand? Thank you. Next, we got Paul Lowry. Paul and his wife Barbara moved here from San Francisco. And I'm not sure if it was a culture shock or not, but they're enjoying it. His wife is the pastoral assistant here in White Lake, the Father Bob. Paul served in the Army from 66 to 69 and did 1 tour in Vietnam. Paul was a door gunner on a helicopter that was shot down twice. And from all the information I gathered, I think Paul is the only one that listed that he had a combat jet. Paul, would you stand? Thank you. Now a little bit on the lighter side. These 2 fellas here in the front row, Dick McQueen and Dan Matai, they got a ride like a lot of us. How many got a ride to the bus with Lucille Eames? Okay. Anyway, she loaded up these 2 and they took them to the bus depot in Mitchell, and the story I get now, I hope I get it right, is they had a little while before the bus got there, so they decided to walk up to the scoreboard in the bar in Mitchell, and then they told me they each got a half pint of whiskey and they headed back, and I guess by the time they made Sioux Falls, they were ready for anything. There was a little more to the story, but I'm going to leave that out. Dick also said there was a fellow soldier in his unit named Henning Hansen. Well, Dick was a tank driver over there. He said they quit driving the tanks down the trails because of the landmines, so they started driving them across the rice paddies. And I guess, as he says, the Papasons weren't very happy with them. And one day, one of them, the Papasons, was chewing this Henning Hansen out and giving him the old Vietnamese lingo and wagging his fingers, and Henning just up and shot his water buffalo. And I guess Dick said he lost a stripe over it. Yeah, I'm coming to that. Anyway, later on, Dick also said that this Henning Hansen later had both of his legs blown off in a mine explosion.
Wow.
Nick also told me he's got a copy of his last monthly pay voucher. There's $234 for the month. That was his regular pay, overseas pay, and combat pay. Yeah, Dan, please stand up. Thank you, fella. And now Todd's going to sing a song, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I'm sure after you hear it, you'll know what it is.
Yeah, no kidding. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and I'll stand and place my hand upon my heart every time I hear anthem play. When I see somebody on TV take their stand on bended knee, whether it's on AstroTurf or grass, I think of those whose freedom was not free, and I say, take a knee, my ass. I stand up for my flag, take my hat off for old glory. Thank God I live in the home of the brave and the land of the free. I'll honor the ones who gave it all, so we're all free to go play ball. If only for their sake, I won't take a knee. From Valley Forge to Vietnam, 9/11 to Afghanistan, that star-spangled banner does yet wave. I won't forget that old debt of gratitude that I never can repay. Arm in arm and side by side, American heroes fought and died, showing some respect, too much to ask. And I speak for those whose freedom was not free, and I say, take a knee, I ask. I'll stand up for the flag, take my hat off for old glory. Thank God I live in the home of the brave and the land of the free. I'll honor the ones who gave it all, so we're all free to go play ball. If only for their sake, I won't take a knee. Oh, say can you see? If only for their sake, I won't take a knee.
Thank you, Todd. He came up to me last night after the banquet and he said, John, he says, I can't do that one song, I haven't practiced it. I just said, the hell you can, you're going to do it. Now, I don't know how much better he could have done if he would have practiced. Thanks, Todd. I'd like to recognize a few people. First off, 3 sets of parents in White Lake had 4 sons that served during this period. They were Bernard and Kathy Hoffman. They had John, Jay, Jim, and Jeff. Joe and Anna Monin. Gerald, David, Ed, and Paul. Ed, you stand up. And we had Dick and Gert Schumann. They had Bill, Larry, Kenny, and Jim. I don't think any of them are here today, but their mother is. Gert, would you stand? Thank you, Gert. And thank you to your sons. Also, I'd like to recognize a friend of mine from Mitchell, Mark Bernard, who served in the Marines and with the Sioux City Air Guard. Mark works for Commodity Credit, which is a government functional, I don't know. But anyway, he's a lieutenant colonel and he was in the Marines and he's got the voice to go with it. The first couple times he came to the elevator, they weren't real smooth. Mark liked to bark and he liked everything to go just like it's supposed to be. So anyway, but then when we found out Mark likes to drink beer, we got along a lot better. Mark was our Memorial Day speaker one year, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years ago. And he organized an F-14 flyover for us.
16. F-16.
F-16, okay, excuse me, Mark. I stand corrected. Anyway, we was a little bit off. We was out at the White Lake Cemetery and they flew over the water tower, but it might have been the coordinates that I gave you, might have been a little off. But Mark, I do appreciate it. Stand up. Okay, where are we at? I guess we're down to the thank yous. And first off, I want to thank this group right here. I contacted 63 of them, living, dead, if they were dead. I contacted their family. I tried to gather information on every one of them. And it's right here in this book. And each one of you guys are going to get a book today. It's what everybody did, where they served, and any comments they wanted to make. So first off, I want to thank you guys for giving me this information. Next. It's coming. Next, I'd like to thank Pastor Lessman, Father Bob, for being here today. I'd like to thank Randall for playing taps. Where are we at here? Oh, yeah, and Rich Hall. I want to thank him. Let's see. Oh, Sandy Nightingale in the computer class. I put it on a computer, but it didn't look anything like this. So I thank her for doing that. Well, let's see, where else are we at? Oh, here we go. Thank Craig Dodds, Bank West. Making over 7,000 copies altogether, 63 of them, and they made a copy of each one for each veteran. Thank you, Craig. And a great big shout out to Superintendent Bob Schroeder and the school board for giving us permission to be in here, air conditioning in the middle of July. Thank you, Bob. And the school board. Oh, Raiden Becker, right? Stand up. Raiden's taping this today, and he's going to put it on YouTube for us, so anybody that's got any technology at all can go to YouTube and watch it. Thank you, Raiden. I see Ron Failer here. Ron's a veteran service officer for the county. Thanks for coming, Ron. And a great big thank you to my wife.
Thank you.
She helped me out. When I get hung up on the computer or something, which was quite often, she bailed me out many times over. And our ending part of the program, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but she helped me with that too. So with that, I think that's everything. And I sure hope I didn't miss anybody. Oh, the school janitors. I want to thank them for helping us. Oh, yes. Stand up. Right here. Todd and Molly, please stand. Thank you for taking time out of your day. When I asked Todd to come and perform here today, he said, "What time is it?" I said, "Well, 1:30. I said, "Well, you got something going on?" He says, "Yeah, a street dance in Chester." So I said, "I'll have you out of here in time." Yep. And that is Dick's granddaughter. And there, her mom is right there. Mom and Dad, please stand up. That's Molly's mom and dad right there. You got a nice daughter. And I think that's it for thank yous. And like I say, if I missed anybody, I'm apologizing right now. Oh, I got one more thing. Bud Smith, would you come forward? Bud's getting recognized today as a 60-year Legion member. Thank you, Bud. And before we close, over here at this table, my wife's going to be there. And there's a book for every one of you guys with your name on it, so please stop over there and pick one up. And with that, before our closing song, Father Bob will give that benediction. Please stand.
As I pray in your way as I pray in mine, asking God's blessings on you and upon this gathering here. Heavenly Father, may your blessing come down upon all those gathered here, especially upon our veterans, in particular those of Vietnam. Those who are willing to give their all to take care of their neighbors. Lord Jesus, we thank you for the sacrifice of their brothers and sisters in arms who are no longer with us, or fallen because of the effects of war or during war. We ask you, Lord, to bring them home to you in your tender mercy. We might be all joined together once again. We give you thanks for all the support of the community that comes down upon us, and surrounds us, and welcomes us home. I ask your forgiveness for those who are not able to do so when these fine men and women return back from combat. Lord, you know all the difficulties that went on then. You know the challenges that are faced now. And you walk with us even today. Your blessing come down upon all those gathered here, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And you remain with them now and forever. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Go ahead, be seated. Oh boy, whenever Tim tries to take over the program, we get in trouble.
I won't be over an hour, but I wanted to say just a special thanks to John. John's been a friend, classmate, a fellow soldier. He never lets, the recognition for each of these veterans, the Korean veterans, the World War II veterans, his commitment to the community, the Legion. Each one of us, it's just outstanding. And without people like John, at least the recognition that you made so well deserved doesn't happen as often. So I'd just like to say a special thanks to John and to Chris and all the people at White Lake here for making this happen and having us back here. But John's a special man. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. I just thought of another lighthearted moment. It's about myself. When I got to Fort Bragg, was paycheck was $92 a month, and by the end of the month, normally you didn't have much money left. And I was happy to see him. The bottom floor of our barracks was a pop machine, but it was filled full of beer. And for a quarter, you could get a beer. But by the end of the month, a lot of times you didn't have, you were short on money, but somehow a big metal file from the motor pool showed up in our platoon. I don't know who came up with it, but if you take 3 pennies and work them over on the file and get them the size of a dime, you could drop them 3 pennies in and get a cold beer and a nickel back. So with that, Todd is going to give us the closing song. And once again, thank all you veterans. Stop, pick up your book, and I'd like us all to join someplace to have a picture taken. Yep, right away. And then people in the crowd, feel free to come up, shake their hand, tell them thank you. And you guys, thank you, and welcome home.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. An American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. To be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
Thank you all for coming, and just a heads up, the nursing home is having their 50th year celebration, and they're having a little feed in the park, burgers and hot dogs, so please come up there. And like I say, please feel free to wander around, shake these guys' hands, tell them thank you, whatever. But a big thank you to you guys for coming out today. Thank you.